Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are in the kitchen. So that means we're filming another cook with me. Today I'm doing salmon rice bowls. I've done them before. This is gonna be my first time filming it, but my salmon is just about done thawing in the sink. I did shawasaki, but 4 pieces. The last time I did 3 and I could have did more, so I'm trying it out with 4 pieces this time. And then broccoli as the side. Then I got this minute jasmine rice. Like the last time I did it the minute microwavable rices, but I'm gonna try it with this rice this time around, which this can also go in the microwave, but I think I'm just gonna cook it on the stovetop this time around. I don't know how many servings we're gonna need. We might try to do 4 servings and do the 2 cups of rice. I don't know, this is why I don't like to cook rice, but rice, broccoli, and the salmon, and I'm meal prepping as well as cooking for myself right now because I'm hungry. So let's get into it. I also forgot to mention I'm gonna be making like this little sauce to go with it. I tried last time, it worked out good. Just gives it a little something extra. But so we have my cutting board and my knife. You don't need something super big or nothing. It's gonna get the job done. And I also have salmon with the skin on, but it's thawed enough to where I should be able to just pull off the skin, no problem. And then my bowl, because once I cut it up into cubes, I'm making salmon rice bowls, but with the salmon cut up into like square cubes. Put them in here, and then olive oil and Zatarain's, and then I'll probably use paprika too. Paprika and then parsley, but for decoration, because it really doesn't do anything. But kind of just setting that out for me so it can make my process a little bit easier. I want to get through with the salmon first because that's going to take the longest to cut and season, and then I'm cooking them in the air fryer, which I've done that before and it works out fine. And then setting the air fryer up, putting the rice on the stove, and then putting the broccoli on the stove. Okay, hopefully this angle is good enough, but I'm just gonna clean my sink out afterwards. We're gonna try to take the skin off and just pull it off. It's a little stuck. It's coming off in pieces, but it gets off. And then, I mean, it also depends. If you like your skin on, then that's fine as well. I just don't. Especially when I'm doing salmon bites, I would prefer not to have the skin. I'll put that in the sink. So like some of the smaller pieces like this, I can already just throw them in the bowl and then cut up what I need to. Again, as you saw, nice and easy cut. And I like to cut all of my salmon and then I go in with the seasoning. And they're not directly cubes, but for the most part they are. And you can see. And that's only 1 piece of salmon. And I think also when taking the skin off, it can depend like how long you left your salmon to soak. But Alright, new angle, but we're getting ready to do this rice and this broccoli. Instructions on the back. But I'm gonna do the broccoli and the bigger one and then do this one first. Some water. And then my broccoli, which as you can see we're running low. I'm gonna need some more soon enough. Just kidding, this seems like this is gonna be the end of my broccoli. Yeah, that's it. All the broccoli gone. We're gonna let this steam and put it at about like 5. Now we're gonna work on this rice. So we need to boil the water first. 2 cups of water, because I'm gonna do 4 servings. This is the one we're using. 2 cups of water in there. And then I'm also gonna turn this one on at about 5 and then cover it so it can boil faster. The salmon, but here it is mixed up. I have the seasoning on here. And while all this is working, we're gonna do the air fryer. My mom got me these parchment papers for the air fryer. This just makes cleaning a little bit easier. And then this is the shape. I place it as best as I can in here, and then I don't spray anything since my salmon's already covered in olive oil. And I'm going to use these tongs to take out from here and then put it on there. And then I try to spread them out when I put them in here so they cook evenly, because I don't take them out to flip. Just to show y'all, it might not seem like they're a lot, but I don't like to crowd it too much because again, I'm not flipping, I'm putting it straight in. While all of that's going on, I'm gonna make the little sauce, which consists of mayonnaise, ketchup, apple cider vinegar, zatarines, and paprika and parsley. Sometimes I make sauces and it's just like based off the ingredients that I already have because that works for me. Mayonnaise is definitely our base. I might have to like tweak the sauce recipe from what I did last time because I am cooking, like intend to cook more this time around. But I did 2 scoops of mayonnaise with a big spoon. So this is what it looks like, this spoon. 2 scoops. I might do like a half more. So just like this much more. Because again, I'm tweaking it. I don't really use measurements. The ketchup, you kind of just gotta eyeball that. You make tweaks as you go and see if you like it. My ketchup. So we're just gonna squeeze them in here. And that seems to be enough. Eyeball her to your preference. Then I do apple cider vinegar. It's healthy, it's good for you. Incorporate it in your cooking. I did a big spoonful of this the last time. strong. So, I mean, do it that way you will. But I'm going to include a little bit more this time. Kind of like a half of that. Then we're going to mix this little concoction. And then we're going to put in our seasoning. The consistency is up to you. It's going to look weird at first, but you just have to keep mixing. It's looking like something. You want like a pinkish color. And now we're going to add in our seasoning. Eyeball it to your heart's content. I do typically put more Zatarain's than anything else because we want the Zatarain's to pop. So put that on there. And then we're going to put some paprika in there as well. And then top it off with parsley for decoration. Okay. And then we're going to give this a good little mix as well. You can see. And if you want to add like another liquid in it to make it the consistency more watery, just add a dash of water. Don't be adding too much in there and then it's all over the place. You don't want that. You just want a little something, a sauce to go with your salmon bowl. And see, here's our little consistency right now. This was the consistency I had last time around. I do have to taste it to make sure it's not too strong of apple cider vinegar. It's good. And y'all can't see, but the water is boiling. So we're gonna set this aside and do my rice. Y'all see it boiling? She's steaming. So we're gonna take the top off. And because I did 2 cups of water, I have to do 2 cups of rice. Oh no, this is gonna take forever. I pressed it like they said, but it's being a little janky. I need to speed up this process. That's better. I got 1 cup, and I'm gonna just pour this in so that can start cooking, and then we're gonna do a whole nother cup. All right, we finally got the other cup, so that's done. So I am gonna stop so y'all can see the salmon a bit. Just so you can see her cooking. Again, I find that I don't have to flip. It's fine. But the rice is now, that's supposed to be like 5 minutes. And our broccoli is looking good. Now y'all can see it. But that shouldn't be much longer. And then I think with the salmon, I only have to do like 1 more round. Because I think everything that's in this bowl might cook. Might be able to fit the second time around. A lot has happened since I left y'all, but our rice is done. It's fluffed. It's fresh off the stove. The first batch of salmon is done, and then the broccoli is done. I haven't stirred it, but I put the seasoning and butter on it. And I moved y'all over here because I'm actually about to assemble some stuff for meal prep. We have our containers. But I also am just trying to get this salmon out so I can put the next batch in. To kind of speed the process along. You can't see all my containers, but I do have them out. I'm gonna start with putting some rice down. in each one and kind of seeing the amount of rice I have. Because again, the last time I did this, I used the kind of personal microwavable cups and they all have a set amount, so it was a little bit easier than what I'm doing now. But I think it's fine. And I mean, if push comes to shove, I'll just cook more. But I think I'm good. Just going back and adding a little bit more, but also trying to make sure I leave some rice in there for the meal I'm gonna have after I get my meal prep together. That's good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 because I have some left over. Clean my tongs so I can use them. Dab them off a bit. Just gonna pick them out and put them on the rice. And I'm still gonna cook some more. And obviously, as you can see, like some of them are in a cube-ish shape. This one is like a little bit. Then some shrunk because it's gonna shrink a bit when you cook them. But it's fine. And right now I'm just trying to place it so at least I have 3 pieces of salmon in each container. And then I'll add more for the second batch. So the second batch is in, so I'm gonna finish these off by putting the broccoli. And then I'm gonna wait to do, I moved the sauce over here, but I'm gonna wait to do the sauce until every bowl is filled with the right amount of salmon and then drizzle that on top. But after I do this, I'm gonna start on the dishes because I don't know if you can fully see, but I have not been able to wash any of my dishes. And I would like to get that out the way. At least, you know, in the 15 minutes that the salmon is cooking. So all of this can be out the way, and then I can like sit down, relax, and enjoy my food. And when you saw me drizzle, it's just like the seasoning, and like some of the melted butter and stuff from the broccoli. Checking to make sure it's the right amount in each one, and then I'm gonna leave this for my now, which I might put on a paper plate because I don't feel like doing that amount of dishes. You know, I already have enough. Don't want to do more. And then I'm just covering my food. Cover that up for the week and then clean this out. I think 2 cups of rice was the right amount for what I was cooking because again I have 6 meals with 2 cups of rice. just so y'all can see what that looks like. And then putting the rest of my broccoli. Pick that up. And then voila. And then I'm gonna put this one in the microwave until everything's finished. Alright, so the last little batch of salmon is out. I'm gonna focus on putting salmon in these first. So as you can see, look at her, cute. Now because I put a little bit more salmon in this batch, some of them are kind of stuck together based on like how they were placed, which is fine. She looks good. And then put some more in here. Also trying to make sure I have enough left in there, which I do. I'm gonna put another one here. We're gonna get our little sauce and just drizzle her on there as best as you can. And make sure it's enough for you, what you think. And if you have to go back and with more, you can. And then again, we're gonna top it off with some parsley for decoration, and bam, our bowl. And then cover that up, and then do it for the rest of them. Again, the sauce is like optional, but I think if you're gonna do a salmon rice bowl, it needs some type of flavor, especially if you're not really giving your salmon a flavor. Like I really just seasoned mine because I was gonna use the sauce. But if you give like a flavor, like maybe a honey glaze or something, you might not. I don't know, depends on you. And then you can also, if you don't use all of your sauce, you can put it in the refrigerator, and then as you eat, if you need to add more on that day or whatever, you can. But I generally think I put enough for the meal, and that's it. And then top everything off with our wondrous parsley. And bam. And I don't know if y'all can completely see the sink, but I only have a few dishes in there. I did the bulk of my washing when the salmon was cooking. So this is out the way, and now I can work on what I'm gonna be eating. My food that was sitting out in the microwave. Putting my leftover salmon on here. I think that's it. And with these, you still have to clean your air fryer afterwards. It just makes cleaning a little bit easier. I don't know if you can see like all the grease and stuff. And I just put this in the trash. And you can't see it in here, but there is like some grease and stuff that went to the bottom. But it's less cleaning. And then I'm gonna put our sauce on here. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle as best as we can. Sometimes it's not always as cute, but there. And then our finishing touches. Pick her up so y'all can see. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. So I am gonna let the food that's in my container sit out for a while because you don't want to put hot food straight up in the refrigerator. So we're gonna let that sit, but I am about to enjoy this. Look at her. She fell a little bit. She's still on the plate, but it's nice and easy. It takes maybe like 40 minutes to do it because I mean your salmon, the only thing that's taking a long time is the salmon, and because I did it in 2 separate things, that was 15 minutes each time for the salmon. And then I did thaw my salmon out for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes prior, but again, that just depends on you. You don't have to wait because you can put like frozen salmon in the air fryer. I just like to thaw it out because it makes it easier and I can take the skin off. But that's it. That's our cook with me this time around. Y'all can't hear, but I do have the fans running because I got hot. I was cold. Now I'm hot, but I'm gonna enjoy my food and I'll see y'all next time. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.